Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Victoria at Radiant Moon Tarot, and this is your September 2021 general reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome in, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you. Just a reminder that this is not a one-on-one reading, and there'll be a lot of different messages that come out, so not everything will resonate with all of you. Just take the parts that apply to your situation and leave the rest behind. If you do enjoy the readings that I post, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell, and that way you will always know whenever I update my messages. So let's see what we've got for you in the month ahead. This is not tied to particular like career, money, or relationships. All right, I will be doing separate readings for those. This is just the general energy. If any of those things come up, of course, I will address them as they present themselves. So we have embracing the future, and we also have coming into power. Wow. All right, this is beautiful energy. It's reminding you that you have the power and the if whatever you want to create, you have the power to create it and manifest it in your physical world. Embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Okay, this is a time of expansion, of growth, of new opportunities. Okay, if a lot of you have been feeling as though you've been stuck in one spot for quite some time, now is your time to shine. Now is your time to move forward, to pursue whatever it is that you have your mind set to do. Do whatever it is that you want. And with this open door, and you see there's no walls here, all right, it's just an open door and a vast expanse there. This is Spirit really reminding you to be open to new experiences, new opportunities, new people, new situations. Okay, all of this new and improved energy that is here. You're leaving the past behind and you are embracing the future, right? And you are ready and you are open. Some of you don't have major changes that you're looking to make in your life at all, right? But you still may have, of course, the future is always in front of us, whether we are looking to make change or anything or not. And we're always expanding, we're always growing, and we are always evolving. All right. And the important message with that particular card is that there's nothing standing in your way. Coming into power, I step into my power boldly and confidently. This is to remind you that you are a beacon for others, that you are a very powerful being, all right? That you have what it takes to achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve. Believe in yourself. This is giving you that confidence that you need, that boost, right? If you are looking to make a change, make some improvements, all right? You have what it takes to do that with a lot of success. And if you don't believe in yourself, Scorpio, if you don't believe in yourself, then how are you going to achieve anything, right? You are only as good as what you think that you are. And you know what? A lot of successful people in this world, they didn't necessarily start out with a leg up. They didn't necessarily start out with higher education. They battled and they fought every step in the way because they believed they could. Kind of goes back to that children's story, right? The little engine that could, right? No one else believed this little engine could make it up the hill or whatever that was, but the little engine believed that they could. So this is really your time to shine, Scorpio. This is your time to get to the top of that hill, the top of that mountain, and by believing that you can. And if there's something that pops up along the way that you don't know the answer to, research it. Find the information that you need to move forward. All right, so let's see what else we've got coming out here for you guys. The Knight of Wands in reverse, the Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Cups, Hanged Man, Justice, Strength, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so quite a few reversals here for you guys. So first off, let's have a look here. Just straighten up my cards. I'm a little bit OCD with that. All right, forget about it. Okay, so currently right at the center, you may be feeling like you're a little bit stuck in a rut in some way. You may also be feeling a little bit of a lack of energy. Usually the Knight of Wands is that exciting energy. It's one of taking action, taking charge, leading the charge, if you will. It's one of being very inspired and being very confident that you can achieve your goals. So something may have happened to some of you here where you just may be feeling a lack of confidence. You may also be feeling just a little bit of a lack of energy in something. All right. So, so if we look in your past position here, we do have a 6 of Cups that's actually kind of motivating you here. All right. Or pushing you forward, shall we say, or maybe even keeping you stuck. The 6 of Cups in your past position, all right, you may actually in some way be stuck in the past. There could also be some dream or something that you are resurrecting from the past. The 6 of Cups is quite often, can quite often have to do with children, right? It's a very innocent energy, but it really does bring with it an energy of nostalgia. Thinking about the good old days when things were better, when things were easier, when things were not as difficult. And while it's good to sometimes look back on the past as a reflection to see how far we've come in the present, we need to remember to stay in the present. We cannot live in the past. And, there's a lot of nostalgia energy that is going around, right? People are like, oh, you know what? It's been such a hard year and a half, right? I miss the days when I could go to the grocery store without a mask. I miss the days when I could attend a concert, right? I wish that I long for the days and I remember the days when we could travel without having to worry about things. Unfortunately, that's not necessarily the reality that we find ourselves in at the moment. Some of you may be feeling as though you've been stuck in a rut for a long time. We do have the Hanged Man energy that's coming up here. Okay, so this is your past position. All right, but time is fluid as well, right? So some of you are still feeling this, right? So some of you have already kind of moved a little bit forward from this energy, but others of you, you're still dealing with it right now. And the Hanged Man is no forward movement. Okay. So it could be for sure that you've been in a situation that has just not allowed you to move forward or progress. If you're in a career, if you're in a job, maybe it's a dead-end job and it's not something that you want going forward. And you may have been stuck in this for a while, right? And, you could also be in the Hanged Man energy, thinking about things from a different perspective, from a different angle. You're looking for some information, you're looking for some answers, right? Maybe that aha moment, a little bit of an epiphany. But ultimately, it is a little bit of, stuck in a rut kind of energy. Same with the Knight of Wands. Same with the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so there is some stuck energy that has been around for you here, okay? And that could actually be having you really longing for those good old days, all right? With the 6 of Cups, also with the Hanged Man, all right, while you are, while you're in a situation, you may be looking back on the past. You may be actually thinking of calling up an old friend, an old colleague. Maybe you're thinking that you might just be looking to reconnect with people in your life, but you may also be looking for a little bit of help or assistance in some way. You could run into someone on the internet, maybe on Facebook or something like that, and that might just have you thinking, have you remembering something, and they may actually possibly have a career opportunity for you. You never know. But I'm also feeling that there may be some sort of legal situation that some of you are dealing with that has been dragging on for a very long time, and you just want it to be over with the 6 of Cups here. And the 6 of Cups does represent children. So it could be a divorce issue, a custody battle of some kind, right? And it's just been dragging on for quite some time. with the Hanged Man, excuse me, with the Hanged Man, looking for, a different perspective, or some enlightenment there. Okay, you may actually be headed towards finding some legal assistance somewhere along the way. Excuse me, in your situation. So that may be coming up in your future. For some of you, you may have some resolutions there, some solutions coming in, but others you might be thinking about taking someone to task. All right, especially if an employer has done you wrong or something, you may be headed in that direction. But you may be feeling a little bit impatient. You may also be beating yourself up a little bit. We do have the Strength card coming out here as your right in your problematic area, the main issue. And part of, strength is, the Strength card is about your inner strength, okay? About your self-confidence, about your self-worth even. It's also about, being courageous, about being patient as well, right? So you might not really be believing in yourself at the moment. You may be feeling a little bit down in the dumps. You may be feeling as though things aren't really going your way. There may also be something that you're dealing with where it's again been dragging on for a while with the Hanged Man there. And you may be feeling a little bit impatient, like wrap it up already. Like, when is something going to change already, right? And, you're just kind of like, you're feeling a little bit frustrated, all right, in something. So whether you are looking to move forward, whether it's just this general feeling of, those good old days, right? Just the heavy energy that we're still in, right? And depending where you are in the world, some of you are better off than others. And, we do still have the energy that's around us. So, we kind of got to deal with it, and it's beyond our control. And you might not like feeling out of control, right? It's hard to deal with, right? And it's like, I'm just getting so done. I'm done with this. Okay. This is yesterday's news. I just want to move forward. So in that Hanged Man can be about surrender. Okay. But, it feels like some of you are just kind of like throwing in the towel for the moment and just letting the chips fall where they may. And that's a difficult energy to be in. All right. So, but you do have strength here. You do have this inner strength. Coming into power is reminding you that you have the power to change. You have the power to persevere, to achieve your goals. The future is opening up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you are looking to move on, move forward, improve a situation, okay, or you're just looking for the global energy to kind of give us a break already, all right, there is light at the end of that tunnel. It just may not be progressing as fast as you really want it to, right? You may just be a little bit impatient, okay? The Four of Pentacles is part of your current situation, and the Four of Pentacles is always a very interesting energy. With it being in that position there, okay, you may be holding on to something, an ideal, a value, a way of thinking, a prospect, something. You may be holding on to something just a little bit too tight, right? The Four of Pentacles can be holding on a little bit too tight. But what are you holding on to? Is it that you are stubbornly clinging to something, okay? Is something in your life or an idea or a thought, and you may need to open up to someone else's assistance or guidance, right? Because the Pentacles, yes, they can represent your money, they can represent your material world, but they can also represent your values, the things that you hold dear. And it could be this, that you need to ask for someone else's help or guidance in a situation, and you might not be ready to hear what they have to say, because that could be going a little bit against the grain for you. It could also be that you need to, you're holding on tight to your money, because we do have the Five of Pentacles that's beneath you, right? So you may be feeling the crunch in regards to your money or your job, right? If you're not in it, if you're in a job that's not necessarily fulfilling for you, we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here too. Okay, if you're in a job that's, maybe it's a dead end job, but you might be feeling, or you might be thinking, you know what, I better hold on to this as long as humanly possible because I'm lucky to have it, right? Because there's a lot of people that are out of work, out of jobs, right? And your heart might not really be in that though. Okay, so you're feeling a little bit unmotivated in that, right? You might also be a little bit confused. You might not know exactly what you want. It's like, this is okay. I don't know if this allows me any room for growth, but I'm afraid to lose it, or I'm afraid to make any kind of significant change or anything like that, because there might not be a lot of opportunities that are out there, right? But you might just be, your heart is, you're not feeling it, right? You're not feeling all the feels about your current situation. So whether you are clinging to an ideal, a thought process, something, something that you believe in, okay, your values perhaps, all right, you may need to open yourself up to a different perspective here, okay, or, see things in a little bit of a different light, a different manner, all right. You may also be in this one thinking that you need to save your money as well, right? So you might not be, you might be being a little bit frugal, right? Because there is a lot of issues in the world right now, right? So you might be looking for some growth, and you might be hopeful for the future, but in the same token, again, you might be kind of really protecting your assets at the moment, right? Because you don't want to necessarily find yourself in a situation where you may be in debt, okay, or growing debt. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse, while there can possibly be in some cases a relief, okay, so there may be some opportunities out there for you to find some financial relief for something, but it requires you to take a little bit of action. It requires you to look at things a little bit differently. And in the Four of Pentacles above you, if you're not open to looking at something a little bit differently, then you may not find that improvement in your situation, right? So there is a possibility of finding something a little bit better or making those improvements, but you do need to be open to it. You may also need to invest in yourself. And if you've fallen on hard times, that's really hard to do sometimes, right? And you might not want to spend money. Sometimes you do need to spend money to make money, and you might know that. But it's hard to kind of put the ball in motion, right? Put the wheels in motion, so to speak. All right, because the Five of Pentacles that's beneath you, while the Five of Pentacles in the upright can represent that you may have lost something, you've fallen on hard times. There's still opportunities there. With this being beneath that Knight of Wands, there still may be opportunities there. Okay, there's some improvements on the horizon, but you might not be open to it, right? You might not be seeing it at the moment. All right, and it could be it could be also, kind of a challenging energy, right? It could be also that you might be worried. Okay, you may be feeling as though if you make any kind of change that you may actually dig yourself into a little bit of a deeper hole, right? So it's kind of a very difficult energy to be dealing with. Now, if you are going through a custody battle or a divorce or some legal proceedings of any kind, okay, it feels here with the Justice card coming out, if it's with the Justice card coming out there is some solutions that are being found. Okay, there's good karma coming in here for you. There is possibly a new beginning, an improvement in your situation that's coming in here for you, and something that kind of restores a little bit of balance into your life, right? So the Justice card really does highlight legal proceedings. It highlights contracts, obligations. It also does quite often come in as some sort of legal assistance or legal advice. Now, I do have to say that for at least somebody out there with that Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, you may actually be considering bankruptcy proceedings. All right. But there is legal assistance there that you might be looking for. All right. Some of you may actually be having a little bit of an epiphany with that Hanged Man, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I need to change something here. And with the Justice card, you may be looking for, how do I want to say that? You might be reaching out to what is that word? Like a government agency that helps people find jobs. Depending where you are, it's probably called something a little bit different in all sorts of places. But like a job bank or something like that. Okay, some official. All right, because that justice is about official, right? Usually it's a judge. Okay, so something like a government official, a government agency or something like that, where there may actually be some opportunities out there for you. All right, and you might just need to be open to that possibility. Okay, so there is some relief here. I mean, let's face it, this is some difficult energy that's coming in here. But again, coming into power and embracing the future, all right, things are changing for the better and things are getting a little bit better. But you just might need to take action. Grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, and take some action on something, because with this Knight of Wands, it's a little bit defeatist, right? So you may just be feeling a little bit defeated in something, right? It's been going on for far too long for you. All right. So you might need to shift your focus a little bit. And again, with the Six of Cups here, that is that big reminder. We can't live in the past, right? It's done and gone. We can look at the past to see where we've come from, but we've got to be present and focused. We've got to make, live for today and make plans for tomorrow, right? If you are down in the dumps, or if there's some challenges that you've been dealing with, it's up to you to do something about it, right? And you might not feel like it, but ultimately it's by your own actions that you can move forward. Remember the coming into power, right? If you believe you can, then you will. If you believe you can't, then you won't. So kind of like a magician energy, right? What you think about, you bring about. If you believe that nothing will happen for you, or that there's no opportunity for improvement or advancement, or completion of something, then there won't be, because that's where you're putting your energy. So, you may need to shift your focus back to the present and the future. You may need to take action, okay, to improve your current situation. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, all right, but you do need to shift that focus. So hopefully for a lot of you, this Hanged Man brings in some different perspective on your situation and some different way of looking at things. All right. And, and then of course, justice there as well, and tap into this Leo energy with the Strength card here, right? Remember, this is all about your inner strength, your inner courage, your power to persevere. And you may be feeling a little bit challenged, right? But the Leo energy, even though it's coming in here as, your problematic area at the moment, it's still here. Excuse me. Okay. So you just might need to get moving on something in September, right? The time for percolating with that Hanged Man energy is gone. All right. But again, if you are dealing with a legal situation, we do have that Justice card coming out there. Feels as though there is some solution. There's that light at the end of the tunnel. There is something in sight that's coming in there for you, a resolution, a solution, a judgment, a decision. All right. The Seven of Swords. It may not be 100% what you were looking for. The Seven of Swords can be one of a little bit uncertainty, a little bit of doubt. It can also be one of gathering your wits about you. All right. Gathering your wits about you, figuring out what you want, what you desire, getting ready to speak up for yourself, right? You may actually, if you are, excuse me, if you are needing to give like some sort of statement or something like that, okay, you're looking to focus on the positive and leave the negative behind. All right, you're getting your thoughts in alignment here. You're gathering your wits about you, so to speak. Okay, so to say, okay, and you're looking at things a little bit differently. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here as well. Okay, you might need to do something that you don't want to do. All right, that Eight of Pentacles normally in the upright is about working hard and loving what you do. Okay, in this case, you may need to take that next step forward, and you may need to put in some effort, but you might not be happy about it. Okay, you might not love what you need to do next. Okay, or especially if you're dealing with a legal situation, right? You might not want to do it, but with the Seven of Swords here, you're mentally preparing yourself for what you need to do going forward and for what you need to do coming ahead, especially if you need to have a difficult conversation with somebody, right? But you may actually be taking someone to task with that Justice energy, right? Especially if you've been treated poorly or badly by a company, okay? You might be gathering all of your evidence and presenting the facts, right? So you might be doing that, and you might be looking to take someone to court, start legal proceedings. Okay, for some of you, this is the start of some legal proceedings. For some of you, it is the completion. Okay, but it puts you back on track. It restores the balance in your life there. Okay, and it could be that someone else is doing the work for you there, right? You got the ball rolling. All right, and then it's in someone else's hand, but it's helping you clear up something. It's helping you bring in some new opportunities, helping you figure out where you want to go. The Seven of Swords can also be about you gathering your thoughts, figuring things out, figuring out where you want to go, what's important to you, and putting yourself out there in some way, maybe even to find a new job. Justice does bring in new energy with that number 11 there. All right, it's kind of a little bit the Seven of Swords here. It's like kind of taking back control. And yes, some people look at the Seven of Swords and they do jump to the initial interpretation that, oh, there's lies, deception, betrayal. Okay, and there may have been at some point. Okay, you may have felt that way at some point. Something's coming out in the open there with that Justice card, but ultimately the Seven of Swords can be about you figuring things out, getting your thoughts together. All right, are you lying to yourself? Are you deceiving yourself? Do you need to bring your own truth to light? Do you need to be honest with yourself about where you currently are and get the ball rolling? Okay, try something a little bit different to have a better outcome for yourself, right? So getting back into your own power in order to make some positive change in your life. Okay, so, but I do like the Justice card that's coming out here. So you do have some really good karma coming in here for you, okay? That sword of truth, of honesty, those scales, that balance, okay? Decisions, finding solutions, right? We like to find solutions to our situation at all costs, right? So, certainly feels a little bit better, a little bit more uplifting than what some of you might have been dealing with so far. So let's just get just a little bit more details here. Got the heart, clouds, rider, stars, stork, child, choices, lilies, and the key. So yeah, so the Four of Pentacles, we've got the clouds coming in with the Four of Pentacles. So, we already discussed that the Four of Pentacles might be a little bit of a challenge, right? And there may be some confusion that comes in there, a little bit of troubling thoughts, right? Things are, really weighing heavily upon you. All right, the Hanged Man, we do have the Child, so a new way of thinking, a fresh perspective, okay? It could also have something to do with your children. We have Justice coming in here with choices, right? Choices is difficult decisions, okay? But difficult decisions that are coming down in your favor. All right, a fair judgment, a fair decision, but it can also be difficult choices on whether you want to start some legal proceedings about something as well. Contracts may also be highlighted for you there as well with the Justice energy, okay, with the Justice card. So signing some sort of document, some documentation, right? But this can put you on a different path, a different trajectory, right? But it could also be a difficult decision that is handed down there. We've got the Stork with the Six of Cups, okay? So I'm looking for some change, all right? The Heart, okay? How do you find you're happy, right? This is so very positive right here with the Stork, the Heart, and the Rider. Okay, the Rider is good news coming in, good uplifting news that gives you the forward movement and the change that you may be looking for, right? Change in your circumstances, okay? Especially with that Heart there, right? So Heart right in the middle of your reading there. With the Lilies and the Strength card, okay, yeah, you're really not feeling so good. You're feeling a little bit discombobulated, a little bit turbulent there. Your peace and your serenity is certainly affected, right? So with this Strength card and the Lilies, usually the Lilies is about your sense of satisfaction, your peace, your on. It could be, this is down here in your trouble area. It could be that someone has been dishonest with you in some way, okay, and that kind of has you feeling a little bit in the lurch. With the Stars coming out here with the Key as well, it feels as though you're finding answers, you're finding solutions. The Stars, you might be looking for a little bit of guidance, okay? The Stars does bring in some luck and some positivity as well, especially with the Heart, right? So there is a way out, a way forward, a way to improve your situation. All right, but you might need to take a little bit of action. And with the Stars coming in here, also find some guidance, okay? Ask someone for assistance and guidance. The help is available for you, but you need to ask for it. You need to take action, all right? You need to get the ball rolling on something, but there's certainly some positive things that are headed your way. But again, you got to get that ball rolling, right? You also need to figure out what motivates you, right? With the Heart there, okay, there's happiness right in the middle of your reading here, but you might be a little bit confused about what makes you happy, right? You're not entirely quite there right now, right? But you're finding solutions, you're finding answers. It feels as though there's some news coming in, okay, possibly a solution or a resolution, okay? But again, you might need to put yourself out there and find your way forward, get that ball rolling, okay? So you're all a little bit different circumstances in your life here, okay? But you're certainly motivated by making some positive change in your life, by moving forward, by improving your situation. And again with the with the Child there, this could have something to do with your family unit. All right, it could just be that you're getting a new perspective with the Hanged Man, right? And thinking about things a little bit differently. And how do I clear up some confusion in my life? How do I find the answers? And you may need to ask somebody for assistance there. And when you ask, it comes. All right, it comes in. So you might need to get that ball rolling there. Okay, so but certainly you do have some motivations that are here, and you certainly do have some answers and solutions coming in. All right, so get the ball rolling, get some things going for yourself there. And if you have been waiting for a judgment or a resolution or something for quite some time, all right, it feels though it's been a long time coming for you, and you might need to just be a little bit more patient there. But that is in your future position with that Justice card. Okay, so it feels as though there are answers, there are solutions, and there is a resolution that is coming in here for you. All right, so I'm going to leave that there for you guys, okay, Scorpio? So not necessarily the easiest energy coming in, but, but there is a way forward, and we are moving on, and we are making some improvements here. So the future is opening up for you. So I'm going to leave that there. I thank you for watching. I really hope there was some messages in here for you that resonated in some way, whether it was a bit or the whole thing. If there was, please don't forget to like and subscribe as well. So I hope you have a great day. Sending you lots of big hugs and love and light for the month ahead. And I thank you for watching. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.